hello. JB2 chat, here we are, but these videos right here that I'm going to show, different clips, obviously different segments, and I'll post them here and there every other day, or we'll see when, but they're just clips that I made with my friends. They are a bit old, so I was just rambling about a couple things, but yeah, it just took me a little while to edit them, but they're finally here, and hopefully you enjoy it, and just share it. Thank you.
Um, y'all think Klopp's going to stay? In that case, because that could also influence if Bellingham goes.
Well, Liverpool are getting
Liverpool
liquidated, so new owners might come in the summer. And usually, if you're a new owner, you want your own man to lead your era.
Yeah.
So he could go. And the performances, maybe not even all his fault because he didn't get backed like I think he should have. But it might be time. Be time.
Papa Perez always pulls the strings, man.
It's an interesting thing to see, like, when it comes to new owners, at least in the Premier League, what I've seen, like, with Newcastle, as well with the Manchester City, new managers come in and the whole system changes. So I feel like that's going to be the case for this Liverpool team if they are to. I feel like it's most likely to sack Klopp than for him to leave. And I don't know why. I know the fans really like him, and honestly, I would have too. He got them a Champions League and a league, but still, in terms of like the poor results and him sticking to the players instead of trying something new, I feel like he's more likely to get sacked. And it's weird because
I have a feeling he's going to get sacked.
In terms of overperforming or surprise or whatever, the one that I did want to talk about was Newcastle, who again, I expected them to at least challenge for conference, maybe Europa League.
Top four, man.
They're top four.
Top four of the season's kind of like crazy.
I mean,
Arsenal, being back up top, which is kind of good to see as a neutral fan. Having that rivalry back with Manchester United.
Potentially
1-2 if Manchester City drops. And then Newcastle.
Yeah.
Top three.
Newcastle.
Did we ever find out if that Ronaldo clause was true or not?
that was not true. That was complete cap.
Okay.
I will say, even though
Like
the only two losses we've had as Arsenal fan are Everton, just happened frustrating, but we always lose at Goodison Park. I'm kind of not surprised. And the United at the start of the season, Newcastle were the hardest game by far, the most frustrating, and we got a draw, and it felt like a great draw because they're just so good, they're so compact. Nick Pope in goal is ridiculous. If it wasn't for him, Ramsdale would just be so clear of best goalkeeper of the season. But Nick Pope's, it hurts me to say, I think he might be the best goalie in the Prem, best signing of the season, which is crazy because City signed Holland. But for me, Nick Pope, he's him.
The impact he's had on the team is crazy. Obviously, I feel like Eddie Howe was a very good manager for them because he's very organized and as well. I saw that. Obviously, he had a bad season at Bournemouth the last time that he was there, but he went a little bit under Simeone, who obviously he's known for his fortress, his backline and all that. And I feel like he's a very good manager as well. He knows how to improve players. I know he didn't get the best out of Joe Ellington because that was the last manager that made him into a center mid. But the pairing between him, Willock sometimes, and then even the Guimaraes is amazing. That midfield is very good, as well as just the whole team is organized. That's something I can praise them.
Miguel Almiron, the way he's transformed him. I mean, Newcastle fans were calling for his head. They wanted him out. Jack Grealish clowning him after their title win, and look at him now. But 8 or 9 goals in the Premier League.
Something like that.
A threat, an actual threat. Callum Wilson staying fit for longer than normal is good for them because he's a really great striker, just injury prone.
Yeah.
I think St. Maximin's kind of dipped comparatively. Maybe that's because the rest of the teams leveled up. So when his numbers were way better than everyone else's, it looked different. But now I think we're finding his level. I think he's still a good player.
That's something that I was thinking about, and also seeing a lot of people talking about how they're an organized team, and St. Maximin back then was that factor because he would dribble a lot. He would cause these that commotion on that left side, and now they don't need him. They don't utilize him for that. He's just another extra body when it comes to substitutions because he can cause threat. And I feel like he's probably likely to leave because as well he's not getting playing time. They signed Anthony Gordon, who I don't even know.
I don't rate it. I don't rate it. I don't think he's good. I mean, let me take that back. No. I don't think he's good, to be honest with you. I don't think he's him. I don't think he's worth that money. What'd they pay?
40?
Yeah.
40, I think, plus add-ons.
Not worth.
No.
Everton got a steal out of that.
Yeah.
He's overhyped.
Even how it was for Chelsea, how he wanted him. I don't know. And I think he forced the move out because with the whole Everton situation, he was the one not showing up to training. And, I mean...
Oh, if you want to talk about forced moves, Caicedo.
Oh, yeah, that too. Caicedo.
I mean, Jesus. I as an Arsenal fan, I thought we were getting him. Mm-hmm. I was so gassed. I wasn't gassed about the price tag. Yeah. 80 million. Or this is what we didn't want to pay. I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we waited. But, man, it's unfortunate to see a dude beg on his knees for a transfer, and Brighton just went, no.
Yeah.
Like, he's stuck there now.
No,
Yeah, De Zerbi didn't even want to. Well, he benched him for a few games.
He benched him for a few games, and now after the transfer, they've accepted him. The thing that I did see though, what was it? Is that obviously y'all Arsenal staying up top requires depth or quality players. How do you feel about that Jorginho signing?
He was 12 million with add-ons.
Yeah.
Weird number. I think it's fine. I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it though.
Yeah.
I don't think he's built to play our game. I think he's slow. He slows the whole game down, which is great, but not when you're Arsenal, who were high press, high attacking, so fluid. Mm-hmm. I think as a sub, he's fantastic because when it's those games where it's tough, it's a 2-0 or 2-1. You bring on a Jorginho for Xhaka, and the whole tempo just slows down. We can maybe control the ball even better, more dominant than we already are. I think it's fine. Yeah. I want Declan Rice in the summer. I want Moises Caicedo as well in the summer. I think if we let Chelsea beat us to more signings as the, hopefully, Prem champions, what are we doing? I mean, we got to talk about Edu Gaspar. I mean, what are we doing, man? Yeah. Can't let them beat us.
It's crazy to see.
Declan Rice, man.
I want him.
Pretty high price tag if y'all get both Caicedo and...
Well, 170 total for both, 180. We have the money.
A solid midfield for
we
like
have the
10
money
years.
With Partey and Odegaard, and Vieira as well. I like him.
Yeah. Fabio Vieira, he's as well very good. I compare him sometimes to the one in PSG. What's his name?
Vitinha
as well.
They're similar. Yeah.
Similar player, similar build. But no, the Caicedo thing and the Declan Rice thing, I hear it as well. Obviously, I know West Ham as well are a team that's not playing up to par. Some of the results are not what they were. At least I know that they were competing for that 6th spot or Europa League.
For a lot of the season, they were competing for top 4.
Yeah, even top 4 as well. And now they're just completely falling. Do we think that's the manager, or do we think that's just the players not wanting to give everything?
I don't know. I watched a bit of West Ham, more so last season, obviously, just because they were more exciting to watch. So I can't speak too much on the football, but I will say, to my knowledge, they weren't that active in the window. They did get Paqueta this summer?
Yeah, this summer.
I think that was a waste of a move for him.
Yeah, for him.
They're in what, 15?
Somewhere 16? Around there.
I mean, he's so above that. He is their standout. He is him. Him and Declan Rice. I mean, they run the games. Mikel Antonio having an off season. Who else do they have? I mean, their backline is not great.
Bowen as well. Bowen was doing
was
very, very good
last season. I think a lot of their players peaked, maybe. Maybe that's harsh to say to them, but it's true. I think Mikel Antonio had a great season. Bowen, I mean, Declan Rice was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think maybe they are just becoming 10th to 15th again. Yeah. I mean, that's where they were. I think maybe we got used to West Ham competing for that top 6, but they're not there anymore, man.
No,
sad.
It's crazy to see. Like, again, I was talking about the faltering of teams and whatnot, but it happens some seasons. Some teams
the whole table just changed on us this season, man. Like seeing Liverpool and Chelsea, the mid-table teams. If you would have told us that like maybe last year, I would have laughed. Or even 2 years ago.
Yeah, when Chelsea won the Champions League as well.
Manchester United back up top.
Brighton. Oh my! They're challenging for top 4 heavy.
Someone other than Manchester City winning the title.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big season. It's
crazy. It's crazy to see. There was also another thing that I saw talking about the whole Manchester City situation. Obviously, we just saw today that they were probably going to get a point deduction and they can't appeal for it. And also that, what was it? I think I saw something about Pep, how before on 2022, whenever they talked about the situation, Pep said something to like the Manchester City board, being that if they ever lied to him in terms of the financial payroll, that he was going to leave the next day.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So
could be
yeah,
interesting.
I did see that. So it could be a double way out in terms of Manchester City losing points and Pep leaving.
End of an era.
End of an era.
That could trigger a lot of things.
Another question with that is, do we think Manchester City is still going to be the team that they were, or are they just
Without
gonna
Pep, the football's going to take a decline either way. I mean, I think in big games he falters. He makes really rash decisions. I think he overthinks them sometimes. But the football's so good. I mean, they're so good. I think if you want to replicate it, you can't.
It's
but
hard. It's Pep, man. I mean, it's like he's just so consistent with his football. It's just so irreplaceable. I mean, yeah, you can criticize him that in the few years or in like a lot of years he's always make mistakes here and there where that doesn't cause him to win the Champions. That causes him to not win the Champions League. But it's Pep Guardiola, man. I mean, he's had teams to. He's had like big teams with a lot of transfers, but you got to know how to manage all of that.
Yeah.
You know.
You do.
So
he's never had a hard situation though, has he? In terms of a squad, I don't think he's never done like a UCL with Porto like Mourinho has. He's never.
Yeah.
But the greatness of that, if you're that good, you don't need to do all that.
Yeah.
You can just jump right in and have such success.
it's like with the car, man. You gotta know, you know, if you get like a Ferrari or something, you gotta know how to manage it. You can't just drive it.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to manage your team, then there's no point. You could have a stacked team, but if you don't know what to do with it,
Yeah, that's
it's not
another
gonna be the
thing.
same.
Well, young
Like
too.
We gotta talk about Casemiro, man.
Oh, what his
Nobody
transfer.
appreciated him.
Yeah, that was a transfer we missed. That was,
Come on, Casemiro.
Whenever he went into the Prem, everybody was criticizing because of his half substitution.
Yeah.
But Casemiro is one of the best DMs.
He's been the
in
best
history.
for me, and I know Rodri
Yeah.
is there. He probably maybe last season Rodri edged it.
Yeah.
Casemiro, man, it's sad that it took a long ball in the Premier League for them to go, wow, man, this guy's really good. Like, yeah, he always has been. He just never got the credit.
He never got the credit because of Kroos and Modric always dominating. But if you looked at the games, he was the reason why they could play like that.
Yeah, they had freedom.
Because he was like, y'all can go for it. I'll stay back here. I'll give you the ball. Y'all just do your thing. He was the man that would do the dirty work.
Even to us, I always hated playing against him. He always man-marked Messi and
I was gonna
dropped
say,
him through the ground.
in the last 8-9 games, Casemiro's played against Messi. Messi has not scored or assisted.
Oh, really? Is that a stat?
That's a stat.
I did not know that.
Even if they lose, even that Copa America final where Brazil lost.
Yeah.
Messi didn't score or assist. Maybe the assist stat could be misleading.
Yeah.
That one kind of got me.
Yeah.
But he hasn't scored.
Wow.
Casemiro man marking Messi is a problem.
Man.
He doesn't get credit for that.
He
If
doesn't
that was
get credit for
Rodri
that.
for Man City,
Yeah.
who everyone would be talking about it.
Again, I feel like the way people debate about Rodri and Casemiro, Rodri might be a more complete player, but in terms of DM, pure CDM, I feel like
Casemiro's the
is
one
that position every single
truly
day.
defensive man.
He's a sweeper CDM,
Yeah.
just gets that shit out,
Mm-hmm.
tackles strong. He's him. That's who I want. That's who I would want. I mean,
Yeah.
I love him back.
Yeah. And in
You
terms
don't-
of
You don't need your center mid to be, fast dribbler, stuff like that. Just get the ball, do the dirty work, maybe take a long shot here and there, which we know he can.
Willing to take a yellow
Yeah.
or a red, as we saw
He's
him
the one that
choking
does the
someone
dirty
out.
work. He's the one that does the dirty work.
in terms of like United as well, them losing him, United looks like a completely different team.
Oh,
they
yeah.
have to rely on.
Well, they're back to
top.
where they were. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
have their funding too. I mean, their transfers. Why have they only now got a Casemiro for 31? Like they should have been on. They should have been on Tchouaméni. They have the money. They're spending $100 million on a fidget
I'm
spinner.
glad we
Yeah.
got Chouameni.
I mean, come on, do the spin, Anthony,
yeah,
man. What are they doing? They should have got Casemiro way earlier. Yeah, now we're seeing what a real DM looks like with Bruno Fernandes,
Yeah.
with Eriksen. He's elite. He's changed that whole team. And
Oh,
Eric
yeah.
Ten Hag's done his magic too. But
No, Eric Ten Hag as well. I feel like he's a very good man-to-man manager, organized as well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Maguire has gotten dropped. Martinez is doing amazing, and so is Varane. A lot
Yeah.
of people as well discredited Varane. How I was seeing things about how he only shunned light with Ramos being his center back partnership, which again I didn't really pay that much attention. Y'all probably have more insight on that.
I mean, he falters in his distributing abilities, but as a pure center back, chase a man down or lock someone down, pure strength, positioning. Varane's he's always top 10. He's always top 10. But yeah, he would get caught out when we had to trust him on the ball when Ramos was out, because Ramos takes that pressure and does it the best ever. So yeah, I get that. He looks really good with Luke Shaw. Speaking of Lisandro, Lisandro, he hasn't been playing recently. It's all Luke Shaw at center back, and it's that transformation, man. Luke Shaw, he's not old either. He's 25, 26, but it's just he's been there since he was 19. So I'm liking this Luke Shaw redemption with Varane, Malacia. Interesting. I don't know how much I rate him. Wan-Bissaka come back too.
Wan-Bissaka as well.
It's crazy. Ten Hag's doing.
I thought he was gonna leave.
Yep, he's doing dirty work. He's getting that team together. I appreciate it. I like it. It makes the league better.
Again, that rivalry.
Yeah, as an Arsenal fan, I want them competing.
Yeah.
Because I want us to keep beating them, and it means something. Yeah.
Like that latest game was probably one of the best games in the Premier League so far.
The 3-2.
Yeah. The 3-2. It was such a good game to watch.
Oh man. Oh, don't get me started. That man, Big Eddie Nketiah, someone who, by the way, no one rated. I rated him, and yeah, he's a more natural goal scorer than Jesus, and I hope he keeps his spot even when Jesus comes back. Jesus has to earn that back, because Eddie Nketiah is here, and I like him. Yeah.
It's crazy. Whenever we talk about how old is he?
Eddie Nketiah?
Yeah.
22, 3.
Okay, so he has potential as well.
He's not old. But then we have moving to Ligue 1 a little bit, Balogun is our player on loan. He's still our player. He's top scorer of Ligue 1 over Mbappe, over Neymar, over Messi. I mean, that kid's scoring. He's good finisher. Arsenal got some options. Again, that Jesus signing, maybe he becomes Saka's competitor at right wing. Maybe he gets shifted. I mean, I'm really excited about the future of our attack because, wow. I mean, we got depth now. Yeah.
Good to see Arsenal back from a neutral standpoint.
Oh, man, as someone who hasn't watched us win anything, it's good for me, too. I mean, Jesus.
Hopefully back in Champions League, of course.
Yeah, we'll get it. I don't know if we're built like that to compete yet. And, it's mentally is a lot. City have shown it. You can be so mentally strong in the league, but Champions League, man, you just gotta have a player. All it takes is one player to change a club's history, and maybe just have one performance where, maybe in 3 years, Arsenal win a Champions League because of Odegaard. He just maybe has a semi-final run and final run. He just does it. You need that player, man, because you got to build that history. And Arsenal, we don't have anything. We haven't won the Europa League or the Champions League. I hope we win it. The Europa League, people writing it off. I want it. I want the Europa League so bad. Yeah.
How do you feel about Arteta? Because obviously it took him some time to come into the Arsenal team.
Trust the process.
That's something that I can refer to, trusting the process. His first years, obviously, could be written off.
Yeah.
In terms of this year, if I was told that he was going to be competing for the league in 4 or 5 years, maybe as the Pep Guardiola successor or whatnot, I don't think I would have believed it. But what he's doing for that team and what he built, because he built that.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to witness the fluid football as well that he plays, such as Guardiola. It's nice to see Arsenal play like that, and it's nice to appreciate the football that he is producing.
I think it's the bond he has with our team, man. To get Xhaka, it's such, that little stuff like that, because that's something to me Thomas Tuchel can't do as a man manager. Pep Guardiola clearly can't do. To have someone so on the verge, and honestly, we were done with him as fans too. We'll admit that.
Yeah.
But to bring him back in and be like, no, look, these fans love you. You love them. You need to just make it work. You're still in my plans, and to have this whole 180 with Xhaka. Now we love him, and not have to replace him yet. Maybe we will have to at some point. But he's in his prime. He's 29, 30. And I don't know. That process has been rough.
Yeah.
He finally got backed. None of the other managers really got backed like that. They would get given one signing, like Nicolas Pepe.
Oh, yeah.
And David Luiz, Willian. Who I didn't mind David Luiz, but Willian was terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's great that we're finally spending. Wenger didn't. I mean, he never really spent that much either in his later years. We're finally spending. We're finally looking strong, and we got to keep trusting him.
Yeah.
I'm glad he shut up all the haters because, a lot of the Arteta outs, they're Arteta in now, and they're shameless about it. So.
Yeah, it's crazy.